All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Hambbage, and thanks so much for dropping by. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys are doing well, and can't wait to get after today's episode of Hardcore Vanilla Minecraft. We're gonna have some fun today, and whether that's for 5 minutes or episode after episode, we're taking the gas out. So let's see how we get going here, and get this out of the way. The Phobos anomaly. Um, I was thinking when that popped up, always kind of reminds me of a Big Bang Theory episode name, right? They always had those kind of like, uh, you're not really sure, but spun spun from something known to kind of a comical spin, or spun to a spin, spun to have a comical effect. All right. So at the end of the last episode, we did not even try to get a ghast through. None of our portals are lit, and that's okay. Um, but we were just circling, and we saw one, so we know it's still working. Um, but we hadn't had any real success yet. Real quick, because we're going to be going here the whole. Let's take that down to about 20. We don't need a ton of rail rattling, just enough to know it's kind of there. Okay, so no ghast. So yeah, this this could get real old, or like I said, it could be crazy excitement. Been a little bit since I recorded the previous episodes. I did those fairly early evening. I mean, by the end I was yawning. I'd gotten a little bit late in the day. Or late. I think the last two I did after dinner, and it was kind of the content more than anything else that were slow to keep the excitement up. But I did not want to um, set us up in a situation where we'd be like, pulling the gas through, or getting some kind of crazy situation going on and not being able to deal with it. So we've now got all the time in the world to try to do it. I'm kind of thinking as we go through these, it may be better to start looking this way and then whip back across. So we get that look and then we get that look. I don't know. This does give me lots of opportunity to sip coffee though. So yeah, for you folks, two episodes dropped early this morning, June 25th, and those were the two I recorded later last evening, finishing up the walls and ceiling and this little minecart run. I think once again we were pretty close to we definitely did end up making, I think, a secondary run back to base. Those little particles, if they come at the wrong time, it's like, whoa, that was a big white thing. No, it was just a particle in my face, but can kind of look like a ghast. Um, hmm. So far, nothing. Honestly, would kind of like to get it get it going here. Um, like I said, we have seen it, and this was something I was kind of thinking on. Um, yeah, throughout every time I kind of set this up, and it's Ghasts are one of the most uniquely difficult mobs. You just don't hear people racking up big gas counts unless some of the streamers. It's kind of the fad now, right? You gotta dig a hole 256 blocks circumference all the way down to bedrock, and if you do that in the nether, then you'll get to kill a lot of ghasts because they'll keep spawning. You just have to shoot them with arrows. But the trick is you really can't farm them too well because they're oh okay. Oh, let's be outside. Well, that doesn't help us any. Um, they don't have a particular spawning block. I don't like that those there always seem to be lava slime down in that corner. Those should be clearing out, I think. So let's see if we're 3 pigmen on that side. Now, last time there were like 2 slimes over there in the right corner. So we're going to start here and pan back across as we go around. Nope, they're gone. Okay, so yeah, just sometimes we get the same thing in the same spots or similar. But yeah, the ghasts don't have a particular block, and it's not even like spiders where you can force them by eliminating other blocks and make them spawn in one that's convenient for you. And if you do that, that's kind of the darkroom spawner up high and over the water, although the water doesn't matter as much except for height. Um, you're basically eliminating all the other blocks where they could spawn, forcing them into that small area, and then then they get into the water and fall down and all the rest of the good stuff. You really can't do that with Ghast unless you were to um, completely fill in, and who's the streamer that's going to do that? But you completely fill in a area of nether and only allow gas to spawn in a gas sized block and then maybe make the floor carpeted or something, then nothing but airborne mobs can form. And so maybe that's it. I don't know that I've ever seen that done. Well, you have to give it a look. But what was amazing is um, since I didn't want to just rack up another episode last night, I kind of dropped out and went on Twitch, and it was another great Twitch experience. I'm sure folks that are familiar with the platform and the communities there. Some of them can be pretty crazy, but um, once you find a few that kind of play in a style you like, are kind of a similar interest and conversational tone that you are, that kind of all snowballs. Excuse me. Yeah, I swear, it is the middle of the day. It's this repetitive, that kind of rattling sound, and just sitting here looking. I'm in a kind of darkened room, but it is 2:30 on a beautiful, cool summer day. It's great outside. Um, so I don't think I'm sleepy, but a little yawny anyway. So anyway, what I was gonna say is Twitch community is great for that. And I'm sure that I'm kind of just platform specific because it's what I know. Okay, is there a ghast as well, or just the slimes? All right, those guys can despawn. I'm fine with that. Um, yeah, they you'll kind of find that you start finding some streamers that suit you, and you'll have a lot in common with the audience and with Um, the streamers that those people follow and recognize and all that, and it's an economy of scale a little bit, right? Some of the ones that have 10,000 viewers, you may not have as fine tuned an approach. But when you start getting to, oh, yeah, I've seen you watching Hardcore Vanilla before, I'm going to follow you, or you meet them through a comment on one of your videos or whatever. I've met some of you guys, I'm sure, through that, on YouTube, and they have a Twitch channel. If you can catch a live stream, so much the better. Last night, I went to uh, one streamer who I follow, and we're hanging out. He's got like 25 people or something in there. It's later on a Thursday night, um, and so I say hi, hanging out, and all that. And he was just ending, and I was like, oh, it's a bummer, man. But he was going on a raid. I was like, well, I'm not going anywhere, and you get a couple channel points for sticking it out for what 10 minutes or something like that. So hey, yeah, I'm all in. Well, one of the people that was watching was another. He may even be a mod in one of the big channels that I watch. So I recognized that name, and we were just chatting. And the person that uh, the streamer I was following was rating, I'd never even heard of before. But again, slightly modded, but hardcore. 117 Minecraft had lost a world and he's a huge kind of builder, like goes on the scale of the massive streamers, and is just like, yeah, I'm taking on big projects, and it lets me play the game I want, focus on the chat. I don't have to worry about things to do. So in that sense, kind of the opposite of my mentality. We've done a lot of different projects here, but even within the fortress itself, which is not a massively overwhelming base, I don't envision anything too crazy there. Um, but I like the constant variety and not being tied down. If you haven't noticed that yet, that's why we sidetracked, even into this project. We didn't want to have to just constantly be doing the same thing. And if something's not going right, or in this case, this is a great example. Uh, 5, 6, however many episodes ago, we'd been out looking for gold and nether quartz, and I forgot my ender box, and didn't have any of my shulkers, didn't have any inventory, no pearls. I think I'd climbed up high and was like, oh, I can just pearl down. And then that was when I realized, no, I don't have a chest. I don't have any uh, any of the supplies I need. Even if we go mine quartz, we can only get a couple stacks because I had plenty of other stuff in my inventory. It was just a goof, but sometimes you go, okay, that's a sign. I'm not feeling this. It's not going to happen. But then we came back and started this little project, and I'm loving it, except for the fact that we're riding this train, not seeing any ghasts. But I assure you, anybody that didn't watch the last video, we do get ghasts in these little boxes, and we'll keep riding here. Hopefully, getting one. We got some more lava slime. Don't be on the tracks. Don't be on the tracks. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Get going! Get going! Oh, whew. A little more excitement than we needed. But at least it didn't stop us. If it was a stop, then it's just like the ice highway. You gotta get out. You gotta get back in the hallway, clear, and see. But again, the game's showing us that it will spawn things. We just need the right thing. Okay, do us a. Oh, got gas sound. Darn it. And of course, when we were digging out the first chamber, we had what, like 4 ghasts in just in the process of doing it, and it was the larger of our 2 chambers, so it wasn't like we were just in and out of there in 5 minutes, but that was pretty good turnover. Um, Come on. no luck at the moment, though. And of course, that's how Minecraft loves to roll. You need a thing to do a thing, and that's the thing you're not going to get for a while. Now, the real trick will be here. Am I setting myself up for trouble by not having yet lit the portals? I think this is the way we want to go about it, really. Um, Everything in my experience says make sure you get them in position, then light the portal and go. Because otherwise, they're just going to break it with their fireballs. It also kind of seems like in that side, our tracks get more of a look. Is that possible? And I think that's the same, right? Do we go out one more from the wall? I mean, that's just more trouble with lava slimes. So. You know what it maybe is that that's the original side, and we had more of this hallway. No, because that one, I that was the second chamber. Oh, it's probably just because it's smaller. That's why we're getting a deeper look at it. You don't have to quite start as far. Hmm. Yeah. No, trust me, this is a great farm. Yeah, I can hear everybody like, shh, neat. Uh, there's another particle there, making me think it was a ghast. Um, but this is a good time to hang out and chat. Um, just want to make sure we don't miss anything. Let's look. Day 1076. So about 10 Minecraft days since we started all this. Or no, it was day 1066 when we fell through the hole, right? So we had already been working on that project. So, like, again, in-game days, and those are fairly insignificant, except that we haven't been sleeping much down here. There's really no reason to. We just kind of keep going, not having night or day. Um, but still a nice, appealing look. Um, so we've gone, well, we're getting closer to 1100 days. That's pretty cool. We've kind of to recap for others who haven't seen in those days, we've done several dragon fights. We've made a few beacons by killing withers and gathering up resources. Oh, will I go right underneath? That's not cool. He may be there the whole time. Because we don't go far enough away. Oh no. Oh! Uh, huh. This could be problematic. Not going this way, but coming back. Or right here. Huh. Oh, yeah, that's the drawback of our little roof area here, huh? Well, I think we know what to do about that. That should take care of that. No. What? Now what? Why are you going that way? Maybe there will be a ghast when we get there. Although I don't think we went far enough for anything to respawn on the either side. Here, lava slime. Oh, oh boy. Don't do that. I mean, it's kind of funny. It's annoying as all get out, but it's kind of funny. Will he come all the way back around far enough to get? Let's just watch him go. Because it looks like he has enough momentum to make it around the bend. See, you guys thought get a nice little should be there, buddies. Okay, enough messing around. Oh, F1. We're not going backwards now. Okay, so now that's stationary. On? Oh, yeah. On. And just a little bit. Okay. Maybe that's a good sign. Keep hearing them. So yeah, as the kind of recap, we've killed a lot of lava slime in that time. They are prolific in the things that we've kind of worked on, and I don't think it's because I particularly like hanging out in the Nether so much. Although they did have the recent update, prior to 17, so I think a lot of people have had their attention focused in the Nether most recently. But the the bigger projects in our world have been our Nether highway that comes out to this location, our Wither skeleton farm, which is mainly a converted fortress, and here. So we have had a lot of contact with the magma. Not to mention just the traversing back and forth using the Nether on foot to get access to our mesa biomes, jungles, and all that, and our 17 chunks, which are long hikes. So someday we'll have boat networks hooking those up, and that'll speed it up considerably. But we need a lot more resources. And one of the ones that we talked about, which is going to fit in well with our needing gold and all the rest, is for buttons. At least on this first one, we're going to use crimson stems. They're from there's two forest types in the Nether: crystal forests and warped forests, and we just happen to have some of the crimson stems in a chest. Tried them out, and I think they look pretty good. So we're going to use those, and that will work out well because we really haven't played in those biomes much, and it would be good to get a bunch of the different resources along with some gold and nether and all the rest. You can basically clear it of its various vegetation-y stuff. Get some vines, get some glow shroom lights, which, by the way, one of the best friends of our channel here, our content, Maya Quests. Shout out to you, my friend. really enjoyable video the other day. I don't know if I watched it yesterday during the day or last night or when it fell exactly, but showing some lighting options made with uh, shroom lights, but then a lot of artful little blocks. So I'll point you guys over to that channel again. Really cool idea. I don't think as much about lighting as I probably should. You guys, I've used some lanterns and things like that, but I'm one who uh, doesn't resist torches too much. I use them. I try to pull back on their use, or at least get them off the floors and that kind of stuff. Um, but I don't know. I know some people. It's like fingernails on a chalkboard kind of stuff. They just absolutely cringe when they think like, oh yeah, you're going to use torches for your lighting. And part of it is the hardcore nature. I think, um, at least for me, you they're kind of one of those. Yeah, I'll go back through it. I want to get a secure base and kind of comfortable and nice. I'll get back to the lighting stuff, and then eventually something takes the world, and you don't get that opportunity. Um, but uh, they're just toying with me now. And it's not even that they, like we hear that one, that means that these can't have ghasts in them. Absolutely not true, because a lot of times you'll have multiple ghasts spawning you in the in just the open nether. So just an RNG situation here. So yeah, lighting. We'll definitely think about that. It's just so far in the future for me at the moment because we just got to get the structure of that next base element up, along with all the other fun, awesome. I mean, there's still stuff from 17 we haven't even set eyes on yet. We haven't even seen a wandering villager yet since that time. So we we definitely can't. Sorry if I talk all the way through those. I never get a chance to sit because I kind of want to have the mouse and ready to exit waiting. Okay, there we go. So yeah, we'll see what all comes. But the list, like I said, is a mile long of activities and projects and things that I'd all love to get to. And that's where, when I go in and get to meet all these other awesome content creators, um, it just, blows my mind. But one thing that I know just isn't exactly my style is going in and committing to just one all-encompassing project. I mean, there's so much else to be doing where you can constantly be moving forward and kind of checking things off a list. And I think for me as a viewer, that's a little more appealing when I'm watching content. And one of my favorite, the person that probably most brought me into Twitch as a viewer was John Vamps, and I found him through YouTube, searching for hardcore vanilla Minecraft right when he was rediscovering it because I'd kind of been searching for it all along. And at whatever point YouTube decided to pull um, his content to me, it was right in the first week of his hardcore uh, Minecraft challenge, which was the HCMC 100 as it came to be called, and it was really right about as I was watching um, that he named the hashtag and everything that got going, and I was just like, I can't believe this. This is a guy that is doing exactly what I kind of do. Just try to go play the hardcore game with no mods, um, and try to work your way through all the stuff. And at the time, I'd kind of been one of those. It's funny when I first started playing before there was a lot of YouTube, and certainly before I'd found it. And I think it was probably more timing that vanilla was kind of making that first migration to modded. And somewhere it was a sliding scale along there, but content creators and those kind of people, the people that probably were, completionists of the game to the extent you can be in a sandbox, back when it first came out, had reached a saturation, and they were like, give me these mods. And some of the YouTubers and things that had built up years of content, it was already a mix, and you could tell they were just worn down with, I'm not going to do the same thing in vanilla over and over again. You got to remember, going back 8, 9 years ago, there just wasn't nearly the content. So you didn't have as robust an advancement system to go explore to help you pull into the world. You didn't have the variety of mobs and biomes and everything else to go in search of. Excuse me. This really becomes a lot of talking when you just think about talking and swivel your mouse once every minute or so. I apologize. I'm very conscious here. Um, but yeah, so he was doing what I hadn't really seen in current YouTube in a long time. I was like, what's going on here? And I'd known of Twitch, but it just kind of seemed like this weird, like, is this even secure? What's going on? It's kids deal, and I'm not a kid. I'm not too crazy about this, but that was what, like, oh yeah, I'm watching these VODs, and for the YouTube viewers who see uploaded streams, you don't see the chat element. You just get the game stream, like you're seeing with mine, and you don't see what's constantly going on around. And I was kind of wondering, like, what, you know, from his style, this is a bunch of like 12-year-olds all having butt jokes, and there, from there to the moon, right? He's not family friendly. I try to keep it, pretty clean around here. My ears don't burn. I won't fall apart, but I'd like it to be accessible for as much audience as possible. And it's just not his deal. So like I said, I'm a huge fan. It doesn't bother me to consume that kind of content, but um, I'm really there for the Minecraft. It's kind of, hey man, I'm just here for the Minecraft. Um, anyway, he's he kind of got to this point where he was doing the challenge, had had completed it, had a massive world, and was starting to build some, like, hey, I can amaze you guys. I'm gonna make this thing, but it's gonna be huge. And everybody was, oh, you can't do anything that big. That's crazy. And again, this is limited focus. At the time, I really didn't go look at anybody else. So there may have been, I know Phil was out there, and some of the others that he cross-referenced. But again, a lot of them were coming. Phil, big exception, but a lot of others were coming back from modded, as there was this mini hype wave of vanilla, and he started these. He was rocking in his second world, making massive creeper farms and things like that, and just kind of blowing everything up. But they were to be super overwhelmingly effective machines and mods. Well, then he died and lost this world that had been going for a long time. It was very deep, and what could have been tough, and what all his audience was like, oh man, how are you ever gonna? Well, it's hardcore. That's the name of the game. You start over, and he did, and he was like, okay, for this world, we're gonna build everything even bigger, but it's gonna be dumb. Like, we're not. It's gonna be dumb because we're putting in way more time than would ever be efficient. The returns will never outpace what we're doing here. And that was kind of cool, but it is a tough style, and at best, for me, it's kind of background noise at this point. There's just, you can watch for a week, and he's basically doing, we're digging sand or we're draining it. Currently it's making a base, draining ocean monuments, things like that in the area where he's set up. But it's cool. Again, the payoffs are huge when you watch it, but it has attracted, of the people that I then spin into, the names that I hear and the recommendations and all that, they have ties into that, and they've certainly all been influenced by, yeah, if you want to have this big audience and go, and the engagement and the same memes and the same chat heckling you with the same kinds of stuff, then do a similar project. So there's a lot of people that are, putting their own style on, but still doing that. Yeah, we're going to clear out all the space so nothing can spawn, and then we'll build a crazy machine in the middle. Um, I just, like, yeah, there's benefits there, but I still, you guys will prove me right or wrong. I still think there's a market for a little variety, right? I think just trying to get very similar to what's already out there, there's people are going to look for a little variety and something that may teach them something along the way that's more digestible. Because again, the frustration level with hardcore is you don't have a ton of skill when you start. It just doesn't, flat out. You can be the best video gamer in the world, but if you've never played this game before and you dive in on hardcore, you're gonna die a bunch. I guarantee it. There's no way around it. Even when you played it a lot of times, you're gonna die a bunch. It's just the way this game goes. And when you then go, well, I want to play it, and all the streams I watch talk about you got to make these massive things. It's the same. It's the same. Don't you get bored in Minecraft? Yeah, if you decide that you're going to do the most massive dig in history to try to just get, and thinking that that's the way that you get XP. No, it's the way that you get just complete overkill XP or concrete or wood or stone or lava or whatever it may be, while you've got 1,000 viewers all chatting constantly to keep it fresh and entertaining. If you're just playing yourself, you're gonna, of course, you're gonna get bored. You're gonna be spending a month and a half digging a hole and that's if you're spending like 8 hours a day with great tools, and along the way you're probably going to die is the bigger factor there, even if you can get to, oh, oh, come on, Ghast, you're teasing me. Yeah, you're going to get bored, like I'm getting bored here riding this train. um the good news is we are not on any kind of a race for advancement. In fact, I'd rather have the tiers than the advancement when it comes right down to it. But the advancement's kind of fun. I'd like to have it done now that we've set all this up. Okay, come on, I still hear you. Have a, have a friend, not lava friends so much, but ghasty friends. I wonder if that's another thing that maybe we should think about doing. Should we like carpet? Will gas spawn above carpet in open air? I don't think it matters at all what's on the ground for ghasts. But if we carpeted, then there would be no room for lava slimes on either side or the pigment on the one side with the biomes, right? We could maybe improve a little bit there. I don't know if that's going to increase the amount of gas. It'll just decrease. We'd see even less. We'd have less of a chance of catching a lava slime in our cart here and having a little excitement along the way. Um, but yeah, like I said, it was just so cool, you know. And at the end, I think the guy went for like maybe 90 minutes or so after. You know, there were I think like a dozen people in, a dozen that came from the raid, and then those drop. You know, some of them hang out for a while, and then kind of quickly drop back to around that dozen level again. You know, that's a chat, right? There's always people in and out, and just stopping by to say hi. Others that are in it for the long haul. Um, but it was pretty cool, and having a familiar face, so to speak, from another chat in that, like, oh yeah, I recognize you. Um, and then just dropping a follow in Twitch. It's free, right? It's just like a subscription in YouTube. You're just gonna get notifications on your page whether the person's live or not, and it helps their channel. So of course, in on a raid, it's not offensive in the first 2 minutes. I'm gonna give you a follow, and then I can join in your chat and tell you. I think so. He was working on a perimeter anyway, but basically gave us a tour of what had been going on in his new world, and all that. Just so cool to meet people that are playing the game and doing similar stuff. But along the way, I was like, the other guy, something like, "Oh yeah, I like having fire prod on my boots." And I said, "You guys may not believe this, but I fell from the roof of my nether and plunged into lava. I sure was glad to have fire prod on my boots, or on a piece of my armor yesterday when that happened." And yeah, it turns into this conversation. The guy that we were watching liked blast prop. He didn't want to, and he was early on, right? His armor wasn't top notch, but he's like, yeah, I got blast prop, and I'm really happy with creepers until you get all your diamonds and everything's all set up and you're ready to go. Um, you blast prop can come in pretty handy, and trading out one of the prop fours for it. Is not a bad idea. And getting into the lava like we did, that fire prot definitely helped give us some time to get our inventory reset, get some golden apples in hand, and swim our way back. Because I mean, we were deep, deep in the lava, and even if you like jump off, if we jump off the darkroom spawner and go into the ocean, you go all the way to the bottom because you've fallen from such a big height. Um, there's no no real alternative. It would, ironically, if you land in a block deep pool of lava, it won't be any worse for you. You don't need a certain amount of depth to cushion your fall. You just have to have it there. So, but yeah, it'll drop you deep, and even in the Nether, until you have a fire res potion on, you move like you're moving through taffy. So if as it's starting to thump you with damage, you feel like you're going to be swimming up, and anybody that's gone swimming deep underwater, dove deep and is coming up with a breath of air, and you can kind of feel it burning, and you're exhaling so that it's bubbling out and not trying to burst your lungs, but you're getting real desperate to take a new breath, and you can start to kind of see the light through the surface. And how long will it take, how long can I last, go go go, you're kicking your legs. It feels like you'll never get there. Well, that was the lava feeling, and it's worse in Minecraft lava than it is in Minecraft um, water, because you move so much more quickly in the water. So good to have had the fire res there. At least, at the very least, it saved us a few golden apples, which was good. Still more of those lava slime. Well, I think let's. Oh, this is not good. We'll go around and then we'll do an escape just to check. 45. All right, so yeah, exactly the time on the clock I was thinking. Hadn't really looked, but made a best guess. So we got about 15 minutes before we burned a whole hour on this. And I said, oh yeah, it may take us 5 minutes or it may take us a few. I don't know that we're gonna go multiple episodes. For one thing, I had the two set up to go this morning. So for my own sake as well as yours, we may call it good on one run if we haven't gotten anything. And regroup. That, at least for my sake, would give us an extra day because like I said, I think other stuff going on and trying to enjoy some nicer, cooler weather. I've been doing exciting stuff like a bunch of laundry, which is just loud in my place and doesn't make for very good recording stuff. Oh, in its other exciting news, and a bit out of sequence, I did get my button deck for eventual live stuff. So as we've been talking about Twitch and viewing, at some point you guys will have that opportunity with me. Now I'm still awaiting any update or return of my PC, which is in the shop getting repaired. So we're still a ways off from this actually happening, but it's getting closer. And keep your eye out on Twitter. Check my about for links to my Twitter account and Twitch itself. I hang out there. You can search me. I don't know that it since I haven't ever created anything that you would be able to follow in advance. I don't know how that works exactly, but yeah, if you see me in the chat somewhere, say hi. Be cool. But yeah, we'll eventually get to where we've got something going on. And again, you can tell it's on my mind because I've kind of danced around it a few times here. I don't know exactly what that's going to look like. I know I want to play Minecraft in that environment, but I don't want to pull this world into that environment where we've had such a history here in YouTube exclusively. I also don't know how well I do with having multiple worlds running, even with audience feedback and encouragement and all the good stuff you guys have been doing. I know in my own past, sometimes when I've had a world going and then started up another, one or the other always wins out. It's like, yeah, this one isn't as cool as that one, or they're just different. So I question my ability to yeah, I don't know. Don't know, guys. Um, why we have been so skunked on Ghasts today when all indications were we were set. So this is not a super efficient Ghast production system, clearly. Much better at producing loud slimes. And ironically, I don't know if the sides are the same at all. In fact, I don't think they are at all, but you always seem to get lava on kind of that right side. And where we do get them, excuse me again, Pigman on right. I don't blame you guys if you're heading off into other stuff. I know my commentary hasn't been super hype or engaging either because we're riding in a course around and around and around and around and around and around without much to show for it. In true Minecraft fashion, though, I do fully expect that within the next 10 minutes we'll get one because that will then ensure that I come nowhere close to an hour long episode, which would be my goal. It's kind of one of those old, it's not full on Murphy's Law effect, but it's something certainly seem in scope for Minecraft. So everybody back home, start doing your into the past Ghast dances. Let's see if we can summon one of these guys before the grand finale coming up here. I don't understand why our spawn rates are going down to nothing. I wonder if we need to be slower. Are we kind of self-trolling because we're too fast and it doesn't have time to generate them? Maybe that'll be our next edition. If we don't get anything here in the next few minutes and we end this episode, for the next episode, if I remember, we'll take out every other torch. Oh. Just to see if that slowdown gives them more of a chance to generate. I don't know. I'm a little bit of a loss because I've seen, I've experienced this working. Oh, oh no. Did I hit it? I wouldn't have thought it had enough momentum either way with it. So now it's going to be all the way back down at the other end. Oh, here we go. Oof. Let's do that. Oh, that's why. Wee. Yeah, we'll see. Just two on that sword. So I think we want that one. Let's take that. 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 Now, we'll just give it a kind of a test run here. See if this actually gets us around. Oh, of course it won't, because they work as brakes. Oh, I don't want to have to replace the rails. I don't know. Oh. Woohoo! Some top tier. Oh no! I lost one. I heard that gas, and I was like, oh, I gotta get out just in case. Oh! Well, now we're stuck. Guess we'll go all the way down. Pick up the one we misplaced. Did I put it on the wall? Nice. Come on, have a gas in here. So if we want to make that change, we got to change out the rails, actually. Which I guess if we, if we plan for it at the beginning of the next episode, it's something we could do. This one first. So walk up. Shh. You are not a ghast. Oh, you are though. Okay. Let's get our food. Oh, this is gonna be glorious. All right. Yep. Okay. So we got him. Now our fishing. Oh. Why is he not? So now you know why we spent all that time. Oh, okay, he lit it. Come on through. Oh boy. Not the best plan. Come on. Hey, where did you come from, dude? This fire is more than I had really bargained on. Okay, he's close again. Now, come here. Come on. Oh, is it because the portal's not active? Oh, you jerk. Okay. Stop. I can't even see what's going on here. Why do you gotta go all the way back down there? Huh, bud? Alright, keep backing up. That's fine. No, don't go that way. Come on, go this way. Go on, don't be stuck. Don't be a stuck guy. Cool if they had like a stamina metric or something. It ran out of mana. There you go. Can I like push you? I really don't want to hurt him. Now where'd you go? No! Come on. What isn't this? Oh, there. Oh. Oh. Now, will you just go through that one? Of course you won't. Now, will he come through? Ghast? We are way up here. Oh, no! Oh. That was totally my fault. I'm sorry for the wasted hour of your guys' lives. I'm a derp. And that was pretty darn derpy. I totally forgot you have to go back through and correct the size of the portal on the. I wanted it to be the surprise. I kind of got caught up in like, what could this be? I was like, oh, we won't know where we're coming out. So let's have it be a surprise. You know, we won't know the biome or anything. And of course, it like threw us into the top of the world, and we can fix that. We can break that portal. Let's go back through since we're here now. See what we've got. So we can break this. We need ender chests and all that. But we can break this, drop down, make a platform directly underneath it, and make a large portal there where our Ghast can actually fit through. That's the problem. He can't get through here. We can also just expand up here to where it's big enough for him to get out, and then get him once he does emerge. So something to think about, but that will be for next time. We have a nice little oceany, some icebergs. I don't know where. Negative 620, 6236, 1600. 1600 doesn't sound. Oh, maybe it's negative 1600? Well, it doesn't matter. That's the. So our base might be that way? I don't know. That's a little too much after all that cart riding. Well, I feel like an idiot. I mean, there's no feel about it. That was a pretty dumb move. Don't test any of the portals. Leave them all unloaded, and then just hope for the best. And be surprised when it makes a default-sized portal. Yeah, not good planning there. But hey, that's a part. I mean, unintentionally, that's a part of the advancement process, right? If you're, and it's again, I talked about it a whole lot when 17 was coming. If you're only doing stuff that you've already seen people do all the time, you know, and you watch somebody do something step by step and then go do the same thing an hour later, and it's really easy. Well, no wonder you just got walked through the whole process. There's no surprise. This, I don't know. Maybe 2.5 years ago. I was shocked the other day. John Bams was saying like I've been playing only vanilla Minecraft for over 2 years now. I was like, wow, that brings it home. Um, because I mean that feels so recent in a lot of ways, but with the pandemic and all that, you know, kind of throws off all our collective timelines. So crazy how some of these can go. But yeah, it's been a lot of years probably since I've actually done the uneasy alliance advancement, and I just, you know, it's just a minor detail, but those are the kind of things. It's like, oh, and it makes it fun and challenging, and you remember it more when it doesn't go smoothly than you do when it does. So apologies for the long episode. I will throw a little blurb in the description, so you guys know ultimately it's not going to be pulling the gas through. I'll at least try to give you a little bit of an out. um, so we'll try it again in the future. We gotta grab, I think we have some, got our flint and steel, we've got torches. If we load everything up in this episode so I don't do something stupid like forget it. And then let's keep those handy, just matter of principle. The other thing I think we want to do is let's count this as our spot. And just right before I say thank you guys and wrap up here, I'm going to pull out my coordinates. All right, so this is Ghast, Ghast Farm Railroad, and it is negative 804, no, negative 802, and 274. So there you have it. We can get ghasts. They're more rare. They may need to be. We may need to be slower on the cart. I don't know why we were getting such low returns there, but I'm wondering if we're just getting down and sometimes seeing those ends without the game having a chance to actually throw mods into them. I don't know, but we'll consider slowing that down. We'll definitely launch all of our portals, all four, and resize them so that we can accommodate Ghast going out on the other side. I don't think they have to be full sized. I don't think they have to match, but they have to be big enough for it to fit through. And obviously, too wide wasn't enough. So we've we've got our coordinates in case we get lost on the far end. That's the reason why we did that. We'll get rid of that debug screen. We'll shut down the world. We're not going to touch it. Free dental. Um, yeah, well, this time more than most, thank you all so much for hanging out, watching the failures along with the successes. You know, it's easy to see compilation videos of, hey, this is everything that went right. I'm awesome. I never make mistakes. This is how you find out what playing hardcore is really all like and can kind of relate to it. So I hope you enjoyed. You know, it wasn't riveting. We rode a cart for most of it, but hopefully we'll be a little more productive in the next one. So y'all take care and take a break. I am going to take a break for at least the rest of today and tonight, if not a good part of tomorrow too. I've been putting up a lot of these kind of things. I'm going to enjoy the nice cool weather. Um, so hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I'll definitely be in touch. I'm gonna put something up tomorrow along the way, but keep leaving those likes and comments along the way, especially if you got Twitch stuff or have similar experiences there where you know you've met people through community just through comments or connections made in other content creators and find that you guys all share a similar outlook on games. those are cool stories. It's fun to share. So drop me a comment or any other thoughts you may have on the gas farm. Otherwise, we'll see y'all next time when hopefully we make this a little more successful in our endeavors. Till then, take care. See y'all.